Hey there, it's Isaac from the Powered by Rock podcast, here to bring Robbie and Jonny from the punk band The Moröns into the spotlight for a few minutes and make them sweat with some on-the-spot questions. Welcome, guys. Are you ready to be put in the spotlight?
Yes.
All right. So, first question. If you're only going to have one shot to play one of your original songs for your favorite band to show them you're good enough to be on tour with them, what song of yours would you play and what band would you be playing in front of?
Oh, man. I'd say Hesher. I want to be a Hesher. That's what we've been starting our shows with lately, and it kicks hard coming out. And who do we want to be playing with? Oh.
For me, it's Hesher and Vandals, no question.
Vandals, yeah. I was going to say Hesher and Bad Religion.
Okay.
Gotta be.
Pretty high bar there. So I think the Vandals.
Sorry, can I say that again? Whitney Houston. But not our cover of her song.
Yeah.
Hesher, Whitney Houston.
Yeah, that would be good.
She's listening right now, Johnny.
Her camp, her people.
Yeah, she's listening. She's always all around. Anytime one of her songs is played, she can hear it. Yeah. She's like, "That's my royalties." All right. Question number 2. You guys talk a decent amount about partying and drinking. If you're throwing a bash, who's the first member to pass out? What's their punishment? And what are you guys drinking throughout the night?
Davey, I think.
He's going to pass out first?
If it's not me, Davey. Or, I don't know, I could see Johnny getting too drunk. He passes out early.
Yeah, well, I would probably black out first, but I wouldn't go down first.
You'd still be awake.
I'd
just be walking around.
Dumb shit in the meantime, yeah.
Yeah. And then, sorry, what was the follow-up questions on that?
What's the punishment for passing out first? And then what are you guys drinking to get that drunk?
I'd honestly say the punishment would be getting tucked away nicely into bed to make sure we're safe. We watch out for each other.
Yeah, we're pretty good that way.
Your punishment is the shame of falling asleep first. You loser.
Yeah, the video the next day, I guess. That would be the punishment. I don't know.
And
drive to the next town.
Jaeger.
Yeah,
beer and Jaeger. Holy shit.
Jaeger,
yeah.
Without doubt. Yeah.
Well, that's an early night if it's Jaeger then.
That's how we start the night.
Yeah.
Tradition.
Made it through the show. Blackout from Jaeger. Still awake. Don't know how.
You black out halfway through the set, basically. The first half, I think, went great.
How'd we do last night? I don't know. We got paid. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So question number 3, your book, your album, The Book of Morön, obviously alludes to the famous play, The Book of Mormon, by South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Are you guys fans of South Park? And if so, which character from South Park would each member of the band be?
Oh, jeez. Yes, we're fans, for sure. I would say we're all fans.
So Kyle is Davey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cartman's Gigi. And then I think you could swap Stan and what's the other kid's name?
Kenny.
Kenny.
Oh, sorry, Kenny is Davey. Stan and Kyle, I think you could swap.
So you guys are the more responsible,
the moral,
yeah.
Well, Kenny's kind of the little one that always kind of gets picked on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our Davey's our Kenny in that regard.
Yeah.
And then Gigi's the more loud and boisterous one, and most likely to say something inappropriate at Grandma's house for sure.
Without doubt.
And then the rest of us are, I don't know,
a mix of the rest with some random.
And yes, we are definitely we are definitely South Park fans for sure.
That's funny. I was going to say, because like if you're talking about Kenny, he's canonically in South Park the best of them all, right? Like when he actually does speak, it's like, oh, I'm saving mankind, and now I have to go to heaven because I just redeemed everybody. But so that's a big role. That's that's a high compliment, I think.
It is.
We didn't mean that to Davey. No, we were trying to shit talk.
My bad. No, he's a piece of shit.
Do not praise the Davey.
He's golden.
We love him.
All right. So more related to your guys' music specifically, or you guys playing shows, do you have a story about the best and worst shows you guys have ever played?
I don't know. Rob's done more shows in the Moröns than I have, that's for sure. So you could probably maybe give you one of the worst ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, we've had our share, but nothing really worth. I swear there's like some story that I'm forgetting. Put on the spot. You always forget the really good stories, and then as soon as this is over, I'm like,
I think my
But,
favorite good show that we played was would have been last summer, and kind of the restrictions were just lifted from the pandemic for just enough time, and we sold out one of our local bars here, Broken City. There were still some restrictions in place with like there's masks, and we had to shut it down by a certain time, I think, but the place was
10
sold out.
o'clock.
It was full of our friends. It was our album release. It was
It's a
a
vinyl
blast.
release,
It was a
but,
blast to play. Yeah, it was our vinyl album release for today's special. Yeah. So
Yeah.
And then
the crowd-
90% of everybody walked away getting COVID. No big deal.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
We've all had it
right?
3
Like
times.
everybody had a great time.
No.
Everybody was dancing and spitting in each other's faces, and it was so
Yeah.
much fun. And then,
Licking each other's
like, I got
glasses.
COVID. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, I think it's funny because like everybody was so worried about that. And the first show I went to after the kind of restrictions were lifted was a Lagwagon show. A local band here opened for them, and like everybody got COVID after it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't get COVID, but like the opening band, Lagwagon, got COVID, and they all played like 3 or 4 other shows after that. But they think it was like because like everybody here got COVID. And I was talking to the local band at that show, and I was like, I didn't get COVID, but Jesus, like that's crazy that like Lagwagon has to shut down their show because of Las Vegas.
One, they had to cancel like a good chunk of their tour because they were supposed to come up here.
Yep.
And Trashed Ambulance was supposed to play on the Red Deer show and stuff, and they were super stoked. And then it got canceled, and then we had
You can blame
that were
me
playing on the Calgary show. And
I was coughing so hard from the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that I mean, I think they actually ended up getting COVID twice on that tour too, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
I mean, now they've played several times since then, but it's just insane because I've seen them twice in the last year. Yeah. So no bad shows. That's good. I'm just surprised.
No, we've had bad shows. I just can't remember
one.
any of the crazy stories.
Most of them are so bad. Hard to pick.
We've played one of the new songs I've been working on is all about the bad shows that we've played where it's only just the other bands in the crowd.
Yeah.
So you're just playing for the other bands and nobody else is there. And so,
it happens.
We've had our fair share of those for sure. I mean, we don't get them much anymore. We've kind of worked our way past that, and we have enough friends now. As a 5-piece, we at least usually have like 5 people coming out, a friend each.
Yeah.
They're on the guest list, but it still counts.
Yeah.
So.
There's nobody paying, but there's people there.
Yeah, exactly. Paycheck was zilch, but
yeah.
No,
all right. So this actually is reference to a social media post that I posted from that handheld interview where they did a maple syrup chugging contest. Now, Robbie, you told me that you're not in for maple syrup, but because you don't like it, but you're in for a steak eating challenge. So I was wondering if you guys have your hot steaks ready and you're ready to start this challenge right now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I actually have some leftover tenderloin in the fridge.
No, but if you guys were going to compete in a food eating contest, what would you eat? Would it be steak? And who do you think would win out of all the band members? Like hot wings, bacon. I once told people I was going to do a week's worth of challenges, and like 12 bananas in 7 minutes was like one of my challenges. I was like, who the hell eats 12 bananas in 7 minutes? But I was like, I'll do it.
I would be the first to offer up a wing eating challenge as far as who could eat a dozen wings the fastest, and I would bet that I would win.
Yeah, I've seen you eat wings.
Spicy wings or just
on point?
No, just regular wings. Just who could eat them the fastest. I've got a technique.
Oh yeah, just you're like Scooby Doo. Like
yeah, it's the 1-bite wing. So you take it and you just like suck it right off the bone, off the 2 bones and stuff, clean as a whistle, and you get.
So you're doing the wings, the flappers, not the drums.
Yeah, not the drums, the wings, man.
All right. Yeah, I don't prefer those ones because I feel like they're harder to eat. But everyone's like, "Oh, they're so easy." I'm like, "How?"
Because you don't know the secret. So if you poke the top and separate the meat a little bit, and then put the whole thing in your mouth, and then just suck it off like that, and it just all the meat comes off, and the bone's clean as a whistle, and you get no gristle, and it's good eats.
I will say a lot more of the meat off of the bone from those than the drums, but I prefer the drums just because I like eating them like corn on the cob.
so that's speed. Robbie would probably get speed, but what about volume?
Yeah. So we're talking about like
I can see JC putting a lot of wings back.
Yeah.
I've seen that guy eat. He can pack it in. Gigi, get a few down.
Yeah, it'll be between JC and Gigi probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, next wing night, I guess. Is there an
we'll film it and we'll put it on YouTube.
We do wing night regularly. It's a Moröns tradition for sure.
Nice. Very cool. I mean, you're a band of my own heart because I've loved hot wings since I don't know how long, but as long as I can possibly remember ever eating chicken. So,
Yeah.
as soon as I started living on my own outside of my own house or my mom's house or my parents' house, I was like, chicken wings. That's all I want to eat.
So good.
But yeah, I do want to thank you guys so much. The Moröns, their new album, Book of Morön, is out now. Go check it out. Check out the show notes below this episode for all the links to their music. And thanks again, guys, for stepping in the spotlight and answering these hot seat questions. You guys didn't sweat as much as I expected, but maybe when you have that hot wing challenge, you'll sweat a little bit more. Guys, make sure to go to those show notes and actually click on those links and check out the music. And thank you guys so much for being here. Until we see you guys soon for the next episode, rock on.